Hello everyone, it's Travis with COCAB, Watch Collectors of California and Beyond, with another full watch review. Tonight we're going to be looking at the William Wood Triumph Collection Oxygen Edition watch. Fantastic looking watch. Did want to mention I'm not receiving any compensation for this review. Please do me a favor and comment, like, and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. So first of all, let's just take a quick look at this watch. It is a gorgeous watch. A little bit about the brand. The brand was founded in 2016. It's a British watch company, but the watch is Swiss-made. The founder and CEO is Johnny Garrett. William Wood, if you're wondering where the name came from, was his grandfather. And his grandfather served in the British Fire Service for over 25 years. So that's a little history of the name there. The logo, which you can see, I'm going to go ahead and start the chrono. And we happen to be right at 8 o'clock. So we'll come back and look at that logo in a bit. You can also see it on the crown as well as there on the back. So the logo is a side profile of a 1920s British firefighter's helmet. And it signifies heroism and bravery. Other watches in this collection would include the Valiant, the Bronze Heritage Range, the Fearless Field Range, the Chivalrous Dress Range. And another important thing to notice about this brand is they have donated over 88,000 pounds to firefighting charities. So that's kind of cool and a nice little, tidbit for us to all pay attention to. This edition is limited to 250 pieces. It is a firefighter themed watch. It's actually inspired by a fire engine dashboard. So you see the subdials there. That's the pattern that they're after. And then, of course, you see the in case of fire break glass on the back, which is just one of the coolest things. And then these straps are actually made from upcycled fire hoses, which I think is just really, really cool. And one of the neatest things is the crown insert. I'm going to flip it over here so it at least looks, I think, right side up as far as the logo goes. But that is brass from an actual 1920s fire helmet, which is just super cool. All right, some basic specs. It's about 16 millimeters thick, weighs about 112 grams, as you see it here on this strap. Diameter is 41 millimeters. You can measure that right at the bezel, and you can see the case goes pretty much straight down from there. Now, I will say, because of the pushers in the crown and the crown guard, it wears a little bit bigger than that 41 millimeters, which I kind of like, but just so you're aware of that. Lug to lug, it is 49.5 millimeters. Lug width is 20 millimeters, and it is water resistant to 100 meters. It is, as mentioned before, Swiss made, and it does come with a 3-year international warranty. I have the blue or oxygen edition. It also comes with fuel, which is white with yellow trim, and heat, which is red, and Jubilee, which is purple. So a few options there for you. Has a double domed sapphire crystal. Kind of see a view of it there. And one of the things I love about this, you can see it reflected in the light. It has a blue tint in that crystal. And I'm constantly noticing as I'm wearing this watch that blue tint, you can just see it. It reflects off of everything, as well as, and I know sometimes people really don't like the lights reflecting on it, but I want to just show you these hands too. They're anodized blue hands. And the combination of those blue hands and that sapphire crystal that's tinted blue is just amazing. I just love it. You'll also notice that the caseback crystal is also sapphire. You can look into the movement, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. The dial on this one is blue with a really nice yellow color for the subdials. It also has a black and white kind of checkered flag look around the inner or the outer part of the dial by the chapter ring. And it does say William Wood, London, automatic, and chronograph right there on the dial. The indices are lume dots. You'll see them right there on the dial every 5 minutes except for the 3, 6, 9, and 12. And then you see there's 10-minute markers on the bezel except for the number 10. So that's not there. And then you'll see the 1-minute markers on the bezel, as well as you can see the indices on the subdials. The hands are hour, minute, and chrono hands are all centrally positioned. And I'm going to go ahead and just operate. Well, we can see the chrono is operating. Oh, and now you can see the logo there on the dial as well. So the chrono is easy to operate. Basically, you stop it, you reset it. Let me show you how nice that goes. It just instantly goes back. So we'll do it one more time. Easy to start, easy to stop, and a perfect reset. And you'll notice when it does, it aligns perfectly. So that's really, really cool. Also has the small seconds at 9 o'clock. So that's keeping track of the seconds all the time. And then the small 20-minute chrono subdial at 3 o'clock, or I should say 30-minute chrono subdial at 3 o'clock. The hour and minute hands are polished silver. Let me see if I can get them to reflect there for you. And they frame the loom, so they're really pretty. They catch the light nice. I really like those. The small seconds, small chrono, and the chronograph seconds, again, are that beautiful anodized blue, which just catches the light amazingly sometimes. And then the chrono seconds has a loomed circle on the end. You can see it right there. And kind of a cool hollow triangle. Try to get it so it will show on the butt of the hand there. And that is shaped in the style of a vintage fire bell chime. So that's kind of cool. Date window is the classic rectangle date window. You can see that right there. It's not magnified, 6 o'clock position, white background with black numbers. And it is perfectly centered. I'll show you kind of too when you're setting that, how nicely it works. Really smooth action for the crown. Pull it out one to do the date. You can kind of just hear it snap into place. Each number is positioned very well. Pop out a little more for setting the time. One thing you'll notice about this is there's almost no play in that hand at all. Way less than some watches that I have reviewed, so I thought that was pretty cool. All right, we'll push that back in. If I remember correctly, it's about 5 screws to get it fully seated. I got like 1/2 one there, so I showed almost 6 there, but it's about 5 screws to get it fully seated. Loomed circular pip at 12 o'clock also. You can see that right at the top of the bezel. I'll go ahead while we're talking about the loom. I'll just go ahead and energize it so you can get a really good idea. So you can see the subdials are loomed. The indices are loomed. The pip there at the top is. Turn it off and you can still see how it kind of glows with the loom. I think it's really nice and really beautiful. You'll also notice the 1-minute indices or 1-second indices on the subdials, how clearly they show up with that loom. So that's pretty cool. All right. The crown also has very good grip. Right over here, you can see that. And the bezel does as well. Let's turn that so you can hear that. One thing you'll notice too is you turn it, this one goes a little past and then sets back in place. But when it sits back in place, it's perfectly positioned. I'll show that again at the 12 o'clock. We'll get it around here. You can kind of see how it comes back. But when it comes back, it sits perfectly aligned. So that's pretty cool. All right, the crown is in the 3 o'clock position. We talked about that. It is stainless steel with a brass insert. It's round with 10 grooves and very good grip. I thought that was really good. It's about 6 millimeters in diameter and extends about 3.1 millimeters out from the crown guards. It is signed with the logo. We talked about that again. Pretty cool thing. The logo is somewhat unilateral and it looks great as you wind it there on the crown. Nice integrated crown guards, and again, the crown is very easy to engage. The other thing I love about it is those beautiful antique brass pushers. I think they just add a lot to the overall look of the watch. The material is stainless steel and it is brushed, which helps hide some of the fingerprints. So that's really nice. Case back, we'll look at that. You can see the beautiful fire theme. Around it also it says William Wood, automatic, sapphire crystal. You can see some of this. 051 of 250, limited edition and Swiss made. And then of course the red inner ring says in case of fire break glass. It also has the fire red rotor signed William Wood, and with the logo. Access to the movement is through a 6-grooved screw-down caseback. You can see that right there. Lugs are not drilled. I always prefer drilled lugs, but in this case you will notice they do have the easy release spring bars. So that's real nice. If you're not going to have drilled lugs, that makes it so nice. The strap, this is one of the coolest things, and I will have to say, with this strap, if you have not felt one, you just almost have to. They have a certain feel to them. They're just so cool. They're upcycled from British fire hoses that were used in the field for over 10 years. They're signed on the back. Well, first of all, I'll show you since we're right here. The buckle is signed William Wood. And then the back of these are signed William Wood in their beautiful font. And then also, let's see, it says made from rescued materials. And again, just an amazing feeling texture that you've just really got to check out sometime if you never have. Great designs. You'll see the holes are nice and clean and crisp. And then I noticed on the back, if I can get it to focus here, there you go. The holes are actually beveled on the back, which I thought was kind of cool. Came with, this one is called the Tyne and Wear Fire Service Blue. Also comes with Sacramento Fire Department Orange, which I think I can show you that one here in a little bit. Also available in red, yellow, blue, green, orange, black, and UK Fire and Rescue Service fire gear. So that's pretty cool. On the strap as well, you will see there is a double keeper there for holding the strap in place. All right, the loom we talked about, I did not mention, but it is Super Luminova sublayered, and you could see all the areas that it was applied to. Talked about that a little bit ago. The automatic movement is actually a Sellita SW510 chronograph. It is an automatic self-winding with a ball bearing stop second device, 27 joules, 48-hour power reserve, about 37 winds to full power is what they say. And it goes at 28,800 vibrations. And I want to talk about the packaging. Usually the packaging, I'm going to set the watch over here to the side here. Usually the packaging is just kind of, it's okay. I actually like packaging. But this one, oh my goodness, they take it to the next level. So it is, well, it's just amazing. Let's look at it together. First of all, you have it all in this beautiful like velvet type bag. We'll pull that off. Then you've got the outer sleeve. You can see the nice logo, William Wood London. We'll take that off. Next you have the actual box, which is beautiful. Take that open. And here's where it gets cool. So you see the fire theme still is here. Fire, break glass, press here. Really, really cool theme. We're gonna pull this down like this and then slide it out. We'll set that to the side. Excuse me. Here we have the owner's manual, which is really cool. Beautiful colored pictures. All the info about the watch. Then you'll see these are kind of cool because they have a see-through with the watch in front of the flames. So that's pretty cool. Certificate of authenticity. We'll set that over to the side. In here now we'll see that we have 3 clasps. And here is that orange, Sacramento Fire Department orange strap that I told you about that we look at too. And notice here we have the black buckle, also signed William Wood. And of course that's signed on the back. So just some gorgeous packaging. Wearability, just talking about how it actually is on the wrist. I would have to say that it was extremely comfortable. Only strays like a 1/4 inch or so. I have a problem with watches a lot of times. They end up sliding around on my wrist and it seems like go almost halfway around. This one stayed right in place. The strap, great experience there. Love the feel of the upcycled hoses. Winding, we talked about that. Feels good, good grip. You can hear it click even when screwing or unscrewing the crown, which is kind of cool. Setting the time, nice, proper tension. I showed you how there was almost no play in it at all. Setting the date, very easy. Turning the bezel, easy to engage. I love the play in that, how it goes past and then snaps right into place. I think that's pretty cool. And then it goes on and off the wrist very easy. So, you know, I always go through what could be improved. And honestly, I struggled with this watch because it is so wonderful and beautiful and easy to use. The only thing I would say, and it's probably just a matter of preference, is I do like the drilled lugs. So I would like that. If I'm really nitpicking, you got to really look at this close. But on the small sub-seconds, boy, I don't even know if I can show it. Yeah, it looked like it wasn't perfectly aligned, although now when I look at it, it looks perfectly aligned. So I'm going to say that that's too minor even for a nitpick. And then just something that's interesting is the 10-minute marker on the bezel is not there. You see the 20, 30, 40, 50, but there's no 10. So that's just a style thing, but I just thought I'd point it out. What makes it unique and what do I love about it? Oh my goodness, so much, honestly. The upcycled fire hose, just the overall fire theme, the fact that it is used to donate to fire charities, the blue tint of that sapphire crystal, again, you can see it there, I just love that. The blue anodized hands, those antique brass pushers, the antique 100-year-old brass logo crown insert. See that again, right? Let me see if I can get it up closer. Right there. Looks good. And then that exhibition case back. That is a one and only original with this company. So just absolutely gorgeous there. This is $3,159. So it's not on the cheaper side, but I will say after wearing it for a couple of weeks, several times, this is an amazing watch. So in many cases, you really do get what you pay for. All right, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Please put your comments in the fields below. And please subscribe and like and comment. And if there's something I did not cover, just let me know. I'd be glad to try to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening.